All right, good evening, families and guests. On behalf of the Board of Education, our Superintendent, Dr. Goodman, our Principal, Dr. Linehan, myself, my name's Mr. DeBellis, and our other Assistant Principal, Mr. Calasuno. Welcome to Tuckahoe Middle School and Tuckahoe High School's Winter Concert Band. It's all right, you can applaud, that's all right. Yeah, there you go. Before we get started, I want to just first recognize all of the time, all of the hard work that our students, as well as our band teacher, Mr. Evans, have put into preparing a great show for you this evening. So let's give them another round of applause. And lastly, I hope we never need it, but I just want to pay attention to 3 emergency exits we have in the building, one on the left, one on the right, as well as in the rear on the right. So God forbid we need it, at least I want you to know how you would exit the building. So at this time, it is my pleasure to present to you Jingle Bells, The Final Frontier.
So this is your sixth grade concert band, and I'd like to note some of the well, first of all, a shout out to Mr. Grasso at Cottle for the development of the fifth grade band into sixth grade, because quite remarkable progress from last year. And so the other thing I'd like to note is that last year we were kind of working out of the beginning band book, kind of playing a lot of unison figures and so forth. We're already playing concert band material, different harmonies and different melodies, playing simultaneously, different rhythms, and essentially different parts going on at the same time. And so we will conclude the sixth grade portion with the Hanukkah song. The other thing to note is that the 7th and 8th grade played the Hanukkah song last year, so you're going to see that kind of progression all evening of what was played by older students last year, played by the younger students. So this is a Hanukkah song. Thank you. Great. So now we're going to just switch the ensembles from 6th grade to the 7th and 8th grade. Just give us a moment, and we will continue with the program. And go ahead, folks. We're going to switch. Have your music. And a little bit about the Jingle Bells theme. So we're going to start off with Jingle Bells and Jungle Drums, which has a Gene Krupa from the Benny Goodman fame Sing, Sing, Sing rhythm to it. And it won't be the last time you hear that rhythm this evening, because I realized that there was a whole lot of jingle bells in every piece, whether it was the piece itself or quoted in the piece or hidden in the piece. It's just everywhere through the holidays. And so that's where we came up with the Final Frontier. So this is Jingle Bells and Jungle Drums. And snare drum. Snare drum improvised solo. I was decked the halls with drums and voices. And we're going to conclude 7th and 8th grade with a piece that the high school actually finished with last year. And I was hesitant to hand it out, and October came along, and I had to make a decision. And they proved me wrong. I was hesitant, but without further ado, this is the Hanukkah dance, very difficult and pretty advanced piece, to say the least, for the middle school. Thank you. Seventh and 8th grade concert band, developing concert band. And now I'm looking for my small group musicians who should be ready to play momentarily. Tuckahoe small group, jazz quartet, and they're really kind of making themselves known in the Tuckahoe community. They just played the Veterans event at the Tuckahoe Community Center, and I'm pretty amazed at the development and growth that they've showed the last year and a half that I've known them, and just the sheer musicality, just overall word for just kind of playing with them on stage and not having to worry about anything. In fact, frankly, being challenged. Just how musical. Andrew, of course, at piano, who's going to kick it off. Andrew Swenson, our jazz pianist. Henry Podell on trumpet, Mateo Hernandez on trombone, and we're waiting for John Benke, who is the kind of the leader of overall of the bands, and I think he's playing basketball at the moment, so we're awaiting him, but we will be hearing from him shortly. And he came from a football game at the last performance, so that's kind of his thing, is to kind of come in uniform. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Andrew, and he's going to take over for the small group.
Thank you, everyone. We're the Tuckahoe Small Group. We are Andrew Swenson on piano, Mateo Hernandez on phone, Henry Padal on trumpet, and as we said, John Benke on drums.
On the basketball court.
Yeah, currently. And next we're going to play Straight No Eggnog, which should be fun. Hope you enjoy.
the jazz small group, Improvising Without a Drummer. And now let's assemble the large jazz ensemble. And we'll be with you shortly. Thank you. We're waiting on several athletes, so the show must go on. So we're going to jump into Silver Bells, and we're going to hear from Kai Katsuno on the drums. And we hope you enjoy. Change on the fly here and jump to a concert band piece entitled Snow Day once we get the members here, and hopefully some of the athletes will show up for some of the other kind of key pieces that we have prepared. Okay, so just give us one moment and we will be playing a concert band piece entitled Snow Day, and then we'll jump back to some more jazz in a moment. A little bit about this group. I was really excited. You heard a full saxophone section in a big band, which we haven't had yet. And it's a little bit intergenerational because, well, nearly anyway, we have several 6th graders and 7th graders. Julia's lead alto, 7th grade. And what you get in the piece you just heard, Silver Bells, is that rich big band tradition harmony. So they're playing the same rhythms, very syncopated and very swinging. And so I was delighted to kind of fill out the saxophone section. Of course, we have Maya on flute and Yuri on violin, adding support to the front line. So now we're going to move to a concert band piece, which is really the core of any band program, is the concert band. This piece is entitled Snow Day, so we like to reflect on snow days of the past and asynchronous days of the past, we hope. And we hope you enjoy. band configuration, and there's a lot of great music written within a concert band that isn't necessarily classical in origin. We have a North Pole rock, if you will, which will feature the arriving James July on drum set. Are you almost ready? And the arriving number 32. So our drummers are here. This is good news. And so we will jump around the program a little bit and continue with Up on the Housetop, arranged by Paul Clark for concert band. Thank you. And we're going to play a tune entitled Jingle Bells. Not the final frontier yet, though. And as we reassemble here, yes, we have two pieces left, Jingle Bells, and then Christmas a la Big Band, as we set up. And I realized that theme developed far too late to change the program, so we're leaning into Jingle Bells, and we actually had a poll as to what to title the theme. I was thinking of going with Jingle Bells a la Big Band, because there's a lot of big band here. The last piece is Christmas a la Big Band. I thought it made sense, right? It was vetoed by the powers that be, right? My other idea was a Gene Krupa Christmas, which is that swing, 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 right? Sing, sing, sing rhythm that you heard in the middle school, which you will hear again from John Benke later on. And then we settled on a much better title, Jingle Bells, The Final Frontier, which indeed it is. So we will continue with the final big band or jazz ensemble piece, and this is one I really like. It really gets to the core again of a big band, which is swing, the rhythmic vitality of jazz, and a full sax section. Again, I'm really excited about with full brass and trombones and trumpets. So this is the jazz ensemble. They meet every Wednesday during their lunch, and they've been working really hard to put this piece together. Jingle Bells. Thank you. here, Christmas a la Big Band. And before I speak about that for a moment, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and supporting Tuckahoe music, right? Mr. DeBellis, our administration, Dr. Goodman, Dr. Linehan, Mr. Calaswano, super instrumental in the fall in booking the marching bands, booking even our 8th grade rock band. You got to hear those guys. They jam here on Fridays during my lunch, and I, no offense, put some earplugs in and take a little bit of a break. But they sound amazing. They were playing in the parking lot over Columbus Day or homecoming weekend. And my family here, my partner Jenna, mother-in-law Dory, and niece Sierra. Thank you for coming out and supporting. And Jenna made the flyers, and she also made the joke of the astronaut in there, so I fully support. Thank you, Jenna. Also like to thank my musical colleagues, Mr. Duchateau, for all his help tonight. Looking forward to his concert in a few weeks. And Miss Reedy, of course, next week, her concert. Music is alive and well at Tuckahoe. So our final piece is, again, Christmas a la Big Band. And you will hear, of course, and here come the athletes. So I'll keep talking. I might get into banter and jokes. So we better get to you better get here. It's gonna get very funny. So this music, the pieces that we select and I select, I like to have as a whole a little bit above their level, so they grow, right? And like I said before, the middle school students were playing high school pieces from last year. It was really impressive. And the Gene Krupa rhythms, of course, that you're about to hear. And so this piece is kind of last year it was the Many Sounds of Christmas, if you recall. We worked really hard on that one. And so this year it was Christmas a la Big Band. You're going to hear echoes of Glenn Miller, Dave Brubeck, and Pennsylvania 65000 might be in there. And this is a whole lot of fun. So this is Christmas a la Big Band to conclude the evening. Thank you very much. out, the concert band, Christmas Salad Big Band. Thank you and good night.